gaming is a place where your skill is determined by nothing other than how good you are at pressing buttons. After all, that's one of the reasons the community is so big. You don't need to be strong, you don't need to run fast, you just have to press a button. That's all nice and well, but we all know that some people seem to be a little better at pressing those buttons than others. If that difference only came down to strategy and tactics, it would be very easy to overcome. You just learn the strategy, and within a few weeks, you are a global elite. That's where muscle memory comes in. Now, how often do you know what to do, but you cannot jam it into your keyboard the right way? Think of all the times you thought, "What's that? Oh my god, I know I pressed Alt." And most of all, "I must be lagging." Yes, those can be technical issues, and if your goal is to become world class, you should check that out. But most of the times, it's not the computer who's lagging. It's you. A normal neuro response takes at least half a second or up to 2 seconds. Simply put, this is the time it takes for an impulse to form, to be readied in the motor cortex and be approved by the basal ganglia before being sent out to the muscles that then move. This is half a second. It sounds extremely short, but when you look at it, it's not. It's actually pretty long thinking about a first-person shooter or any type of game that is not turn-based. Another issue is that your brain can only properly process around 3 chunks of information, so knowing what your opponent does while you figure out a strategy while planning the move command, while finding the right keys, while putting the necessary movements in the right order, while adjusting to what your opponent does right now, is plain overload, and your brain will significantly slow down. That is brain lag. To beat yourself, you have to develop muscle memory, which is pretty much a reflex. A reflex takes 0.2 seconds at max to move your body. It is an automatic movement that your body has accepted as such a standard procedure that it does not need to pass the cortex or get the basal ganglia to go. It just happens. This means you cut your reaction time by over a half. You can only develop real muscle memory on the same setup for a very long time, since your fingers also need to automize the way pressing a certain key. Once you have fully developed it though, smaller adjustments like a different keyboard will take you a lot less time to accommodate to. Now, how do you build muscle memory? The first step is to take small steps. Once your brain has a single move down to a T, connecting simple moves into a combo becomes a lot easier. So start by practicing to aim one skill perfectly. It should feel really smooth and you should be able to hit a spot swiftly and precisely several times in a row. Now you add in instability. Practice your skill shot while moving, and when you are good with that, do it from another direction. Switch off the lights so you can't see the keys, whatever it is that makes it more difficult. Switch directions mid-training so your brain is forced to separate the actual skill shot from the wind-up time you generate while moving. Only after you've practiced these steps enough, it will definitely take you some time, you can start lining those up for an actual combo. The reason you start so low is that the goal is that you no longer have to focus on the small things like aiming or using the right key at the right time. You create a small automatism before creating a big one. A sign that you are moving too fast is that you feel your brain lag again, or when it feels like your fingers are stuttering and working against your brain. Take a step back then, go a bit slower, and gradually pick up the pace again, and within a few weeks you will master not only stale combos, but you will be able to create your own. Let me know how it went in the comments and leave a like if you found this helpful. Until then, good luck and have fun.